Hello, welcome to the Kansas City Zoo. My name is Sandra and I'm one of the educators here at the zoo. I have with me today one of our animal ambassadors. This is Rowl, the spectacled owl. Today we're going to spend a few minutes talking to you about our friend Rowl here, but also looking at some of the native owls here in Missouri. So I have with me Alina, one of the other instructors, and together we're going to examine the owls. So Rowl here comes from South America, and he is a spectacled owl. So he's choosing not to look at you right now, but around his eyes he has white feathers, and it kind of looks like he's wearing glasses. So he gets the name spectacled owl because of the white feathers. Now Rowl has some really cool adaptations, and part of those first are his toes. He has wonderful toes where he can hold on to just about anything, especially his food. He also has a very strong beak, and that beak is going to help him tear apart the food once he gets it. And then most people notice his eyes. He has beautiful eyes, and those eyes are going to be able to see in the dark because that's when he's alive and moving around the forest. So he uses those really big eyes to see for long distances, and he's able to find his food or his prey at nighttime. The things that Rowl likes to eat are, he loves mice, and in the wild, owls eat rodents, and he loves crabs. That's what I was looking for. He loves crabs. So he will swoop down and grab his food, and he will then carry it back up to a tree where he will eat in private. So you might look at Rowl's head and see that he's got those really big eyes, but his head isn't all that large. And so his head, his skull, has a lot of room for his eyes, but not a whole lot of room for a brain left over. So right now, Rowl seems pretty interested in an animal that's right behind us, but I'm hoping that he will help us draw our attention around to our friends that are right beside us, the Eurasian eagle owls. We are on beaks and feet today while we look at these very special animals. I have our instructor Alina here, and she's going to help us with some of our Missouri owls.
Yeah, so like Miss Sandra said, our owls have a lot of space left in their skull for eyes. As you can see with my biofact here in my hand, they do have a lot of space for those eyes. They can't move those eyes because they are so large, so that's why they can turn their heads up to 270 degrees around. And as you're looking at my biofact, you might also notice their really sharp beak that's kind of hooked to help them catch and eat their prey. So while we might not see Rowl or our Eurasian eagle owl here in Missouri, we do have up to 10 species of owls that might fly through Missouri and Kansas. Now, some of our most common owls that you might see include the great horned owl, the barn owl, the barred owl, a little different, and then the eastern screech owl. Now, with all of those owls, they have similar adaptations to Rowl. Oh, our feathers are flying around a little bit. So this is a feather from the Eurasian eagle owl. They actually have those serrated feathers on their flight feathers for silent flight so that they can glide behind their prey and catch them as quietly as possible, because they are going to eat a lot of rodents, and those rodents have great hearing, so they have to make sure they're super quiet the whole time. A lot of our owls also have these great facial discs that help them focus their hearing. They actually have ears on either side of their head, but they're not like our ears that are both on the same level. They're actually on the top and then on the bottom. So that facial disc really helps them focus that hearing into their two separate ears, and that way they get kind of a stereo of sound. Ways that we can help owls in Missouri. I love to talk about ways to help owls because I love owls. So our owls here, they eat rodents like we've said. So if you are trying to prevent rodents in your home, make sure you're not putting out too much poison, because what happens is if those rodents eat the poison and then our owls eat those rodents, our owls get really sick too. So make sure you're taking care of all of our animals outside, by preventing too much poison from getting into our ecosystem, and also making sure we leave those trees with lots of roosting space and nest space for those owls to call their home. So thank you for joining us today as we explored all of our owls. We met Rowl today, we met our Eurasian eagle owls, and we also talked a little bit about our Missouri owls. So even though we're closed, we are still caring for all of our animals, and we are still practicing our social distancing here at the Kansas City Zoo. But when we reopen, we encourage you to come out, meet our owls here at the Kansas City Zoo, as well as all of our other amazing animals here. So thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great time watching these videos, and join us next time.